Hello, viewers. These days seem to go by quite fast, even though we're heading off into autumn, and you'd expect the time would slow down a little bit to go with the rotting of the trees and the vegetation as we head off towards winter. It has been incredibly cold here, but it's slightly warmer today. I'd like to talk today about stuff I enjoy doing versus stuff I don't enjoy doing. When it comes to marketing, I like writing. Quite like doing these things, and I like doing some of the design stuff. And I'm less sure about myself when it comes to doing technical stuff, the fiddly little things, and the rote tasks. I'm not actually very technological, although I can pass muster at certain basic tasks. Um, and I think, maybe I ought to find somebody to outsource to help my business get along, because then I'd be able to concentrate more on the things I really enjoy. But obviously there's cost, and one doesn't want to bankrupt oneself too quickly on in the piece, because there's a long way to go. And whilst I have spent an inordinate amount of time, and I mean an inordinate amount of time, working on this business and not having really started to reap the rewards of it, I don't know when the positive things financially are going to start to show, or even just in terms of subscription levels and whether I'm reaching people. So I'm having to hold off a little bit on employing people, because I just don't know how long I can last if I do that. Of course, I'm sort of pulled forward somewhat in my mission by the story of the Chinese bamboo tree, which I think I've dealt with in an earlier video. But I will recap on it because I think it is a very, very important story. The story of the Chinese bamboo tree is basically that this farmer buys this Chinese bamboo, the basic plant, and puts it in the ground and fills in the mud over it, and then sets about trying to grow it. And he goes out to this patch of ground every day and waters it and looks after it. And obviously he doesn't really want anybody else interfering with it. So he guards it. And the farmers around sort of take a look at him going out to water this patch of grass every day. And come back and think, well, this guy's touched in the head. He's a complete loony. What the hell is he doing? But of course, all the time he's going out and watering the Chinese bamboo tree is actually starting to work, but none of it's visible. And it's a really long process. It goes on for year after year after year. 5 years, to be precise. And it's only in the final stages of those 5 years, after he's gone out daily, looking a bit like a lunatic, completely touched in the head, and watering the place. And suddenly the Chinese bamboo tree just shoots up out of the ground and becomes a sort of modern miracle of growth. Like, the results are stupendous, but it's taken nearly 5 years to get there. And this is really sort of the thing I hang on to while I do all this work behind the place, because otherwise I must be Looney Tunes, putting in all this effort, trying to get my business to work, going out there and watering this patch of ground, looking like a complete idiot. So, this is what drives me forward, and what a great tale to tell, because, I'm just banking on my bamboo tree just rocketing out of the ground and growing for miles. But at the same time, I do intend to concentrate more on the things I enjoy doing, just just for my peace of soul, because you know, in any walk of life, if you do too much of what you don't like doing, whilst it may be necessary, it does have a masochistic element. And whilst it's got to be done, you can find easy fixes to do it. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today, and I hope this finds you well. And that's it for today, really. Thank you.